Mike Bello for NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade. Here in Gill's Gym on a late Saturday afternoon, early Saturday evening, the Norfolk State Volleyball team played their annual green versus gold scrimmage today, leading up to the first week of the official practice before their first games next Saturday, Friday and Saturday at the Appalachian Invitational. Spartans played to a 2-2 tie. It was green versus gold. Teams split up into two squads. And Angie, how do you think the team really played out there? They looked like they were really getting it at it. You know, the hitters, I think I was really impressed by the hitters and what they really brought to the team this year.
Yes, I was really impressed with how well we were hitting. I do see that we are really competitive. We're a lot more competitive than we were last year. And as long as we keep being competitive, we're going to produce really well throughout the season.
And I think the hitting is important because you guys lost a pair of players, Beatrice Ferreira and Charlotte Armstead. I mean, great players. They averaged probably together about 5 kills a set. So you're losing a lot of production. So how do you guys feel that, you know, players like you, players like Jessica are really starting to step up and fill in that production now?
I feel like we are stepping up. We are realizing that we need to mix it up. We need to build our range as far as hitting. And Darcy's doing a great job of helping us out as far as setting-wise and mixing me in with setting and also hitting. And I think if we keep working at it throughout the season, we will make up for those points that they have given us in the past.
And that's a key too. Is you guys you have some freshmen obviously who are stepping up and playing, but you guys played with each other last year. Some of these players have been on the team now for 2-3 years, so you're familiar with each other. So now coming into your second year, you feel like you know what's going on. You're not a wide-eyed rookie anymore. That you feel like, not that you're a veteran because you're only a sophomore still. You got a lot to learn, but you feel like, okay, I'm taking up to the next step now this year.
Yeah, I feel like I need to step up. I've worked a lot over the summer, and now that I know like what I have to do and how the sport is played and the speed and the tempo and how we run it, I'm more prepared, and I think the team is gelling better. And as the season goes on, it can only go higher from there.
And you did play some last year as a freshman. You know, obviously it's tough to get on the court and see a lot of action when you have players like Bia and Charlotte who are there playing like every set practically, you know, out there on the court the whole time. But what did you kind of do from last spring when you guys had spring practice to over the summer to now in the preseason? What have you kind of done to take your game up to the next level?
I've worked a lot on my jump. I've increased my vertical almost 2-3 inches, and I worked a lot on agility. And I also started working on my setting and hitting, so I'm more prepared for what we have to do now. And I think it's really helped a lot. And as long as I maintain, I think I'll be in good shape.
And, you know, leading up to the first week of your, you could say, official practice, it's kind of game practice now because you start, first game is next Friday already. What do you guys feel like this last few days of practice? What can you get in these last practices to really get yourselves as ready as you can be for next Friday?
I think we also need to work on our block a little bit. We've been working on it, and we're noticing, especially with today, we're noticing we need better range in our hitting. We're working on our blocking and just being able to fly through defense. And as long as we work on those, I think we'll be in solid shape to trust each other on the court and produce on this next weekend.
Well, now we're here with freshman Tori Tulensru. I had to make sure I got that right. Tori, you know, obviously as a freshman coming in, it's always tough. You know, coaches always talk about what it's like for freshmen to come in and, you know, they played high school volleyball, but now college volleyball is just a whole different animal. Right. What have you seen so far in these first few weeks of preseason practice that shows that you can really, that, you know, college volleyball is different, but you feel like you can make a difference in it?
Well, I've been very aware of how they've coached. So, like, I've always just tried to prepare myself as best as I could and just take as much information as I can so I can be able to produce what they want. So I've just been really, like, sponging everything in, all the information and stuff, and just trying my hardest, and that's how I've been preparing myself.
You know, they always talk about, not just volleyball, with any sport, that the speed of the game is just so much faster, be it football, basketball, you know, volleyball, softball, anything. What have you seen from your high school days to now that, you know, how much of a difference is it between the speed of the game?
It's completely different. Like high school, you try out and all this stuff, and then you play games. And then for college, like, you get girls from like the West Coast, East Coast, everywhere, Hawaii, Fiji. Like, you get girls everywhere, and it's just so much more competitive, and girls actually love playing the sport. Not that high school girls don't, but it's just more of a passion in college, and it really shows.
You know, in the scrimmage, I was impressed, you know, as a freshman, you came in, you seemed like you hit the ball, you know, you hit the ball well. I mean, where do you feel you are right now as far as your hitting and what you can bring to the team?
I was actually a little scared in the beginning today. Like, my warm-up and stuff wasn't as good as I usually want it to be, but I just had a mindset just to do my best, just keep working hard, and I think if I just continue with a good mindset, then I'll be pretty set for the season.
And you're one of several freshmen that will make an impact right away. What have you guys kind of done, like, as freshmen to kind of get each other prepared for that? Have you guys, what is it, because you obviously it's a bonding being freshmen all at the same time. What have you guys kind of done to kind of help you prepare for once the season starts and what they're going to be asking of you?
I don't know. We really just we have like a really special bond. Like, it's just so weird. Like, we're all like weird people together. We have there's 6 freshmen, and so we're the 6-pack. So it's just like little goofy things that like make us stronger together, that like it's not just individual freshmen, like we come together. And then like we always help each other out. It doesn't matter if we're playing against each other in a scrimmage, I'm always cheering other people on the other side.
And doing stuff like that, the goofy nickname and just doing stuff together, that's got to help, I'm sure, take the pressure off you guys.
Exactly,
it is a lot more pressure now, and it can be overwhelming. So I'm sure stuff like that helps to take the pressure off you guys and not feel so stressed, once you get closer to first games.
It sure does. Like, it just, again, with the mindset, like, you completely forget that you're an individual. Like, and then, I don't know, it's just,
you get into it and it's a team game. You forget about yourself.
You're not just one person. You're not just on the team. Like, you are, like, you're one on the team.
Well, now we're here with head coach Brandon Duvall. And Brandon, it looked like the very spirited scrimmage out there. I mean, it was very even. What did you see from a coach's perspective? I know you and Dave played, but what did you see out there that you really liked about how the team played?
Just attitude. We have a lot to work on, so clearly there's some hitting issues, and we got to pick up on our blocking a little bit. And I thought the other side passed very well, but I don't know if our side was serving as aggressive as we need to. But just the mentality towards competition was fantastic. Nobody backed down. You didn't really see anybody get down on themselves for errors, and you saw teammates picking each other up. I mean, at this point of the year, only being 2 weeks in, to see that level of togetherness with our team, it's pretty exciting.
And we talked with Angie Darcus about players stepping up. She's one that's going to, and she already is now, stepping up and playing a bigger role now that Charlotte and Bia are gone, at least as far as hitters, and players like Jessica Johnson is really stepping up. What have you seen out of those players that shows that they're stepping up and they're going to be productive players, and losing Charlotte and Bia isn't going to be as bad as people think it might be?
It's a confidence thing. I mean, when you lose somebody like Charlotte, who is the only 1,000 kill getter that we've ever had in our program's history, I mean, those are huge shoes to fill. So Jessica understands the pressure that she's under being our new OH1. And she understands that we're going to expect her to do what Charlotte did. And I think she will. I really do think she will. Hopefully she understands the confidence we have in her, so she should have the same confidence, if not more, in being able to step up and kind of be our go-to player. I think there's other players that are pleasant surprises beyond those that I'm really excited. Coralie has been fantastic. We've moved her around everywhere. She's played outside, she's played right side, and now we have her in the middle, and she has more confidence than I've ever seen. So confidence is a deadly thing, and when they play with it, they're good. Really good.
Coming into the last week, next 6 days away from your first competition, you got a few practices left before you head out to Boone, North Carolina, to play in the Appalachian Invitational. So with these last few practices, what can you guys get in? What's the last few things you want to work on before you actually play a game?
There's really nothing new that we can really introduce at this point. We've already spent 2 weeks of really enforcing the Norfolk State style of volleyball that we want to see. Now it's just fine-tuning. Our passers need to pass, our second tempo hitters need to produce, our middles need to block and be on time with the setter. I mean, we just need to fine-tune our roles and make sure and get what we would consider our starting group very comfortable with each other, because some of these girls are going to be playing with each other for the first time, and we really got to get them incorporated into the group. So really it's just continue building confidence, togetherness, and really just fine-tuning the skill positions.
The Spartans will kick off their season this Friday against Sam Houston State in the Appalachian Invitational, hosted by Appalachian State. Next weekend, the Spartans will be at the Mountaineer Invitational, hosted by West Virginia, before returning to Joseph Eccles Hall for their first home matches of the year, September 12th through the 14th, against UNC Charlotte, UMES, and Bethune-Cookman in the Spartan Classic. Don't forget to keep checking back at NSUSpartans.com for all your information on NSU volleyball this year. And don't forget to check out youtube.com/NSU Athletics, fueled by Gatorade, for all of our video features on the NSU volleyball team.